want to talk about the Al Safwa first class lounge. This business class ticket that I booked was an a la carte ticket. It's like a business class select, meaning you book the ticket alone. You don't have all the bells and whistles. You don't have access to the lounge. You don't have a private concierge, sort of a taxi service getting you to and from your location, to and from the airport like they do in Emirates. They don't have any of that. It's just the business class ticket. And honestly, the full business class ticket with all the, extra bells and whistles costs almost twice as much. I would say go with this sort of cheaper option where it's just the business class flight, and if you would like, you can purchase entry into the business class lounge. What I ended up doing, instead of purchasing entry into the business class lounge, which was I think $99, I opted to pay, I think it was $200 to enter the first class lounge because I wanted the experience. Now, you have to be a business class passenger or above to get access. You cannot pay from coach. They do not, it doesn't matter. You can say, here's $1,000, let me go into first class lounge. They will not allow that. I'm walking through, it's a huge, big airport in Doha. It's gorgeous, right? They have this big, weird bear. And then I get to the escalator. There are two escalators. There's one to the business class lounge. They're so dramatic. One to the business class lounge and one to the first class lounge, okay? So I had to show them my first class lounge pass and my boarding pass. Then they let me on the escalator to like Nirvana, which is the first class lounge. I got to the check-in stand. Even though I had already, produced my documentation at the bottom of the escalator, I still had to produce it again. That's fine, totally okay.
Don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the
Is it here? So the place looks like a museum. There's art installations, there's a waterfall, and then as you go through, you're seeing like just pristine items. It's huge, it's grand, it's crisp, it's clean. It's really Nirvana for the young, hardworking professional who just wants to relax in luxury. Now, if you have a layover of at least 4 hours, you can get one of their suites, which has a personal bathroom, a nice bed, closet, television, desk. It's basically a hotel room. And so that's what I did.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what makes love exception?
That natural beauty, yeah, yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, back, till you see it back, yeah, back, till you see it from the back, yeah, back, till you see it from the. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, yeah. You like it thick, you like it fat, yeah. Like it keep on wanting more. You ask me, don't you where you at, huh? Wanna know how long it take to pull my pants up? Poke a finger, nut and then some. Tryna squeeze into my true religion, that no. Celebrate, don't wanna say you like it. I don't buy it with a say you like it. He said the body unbelievable.
So I went into the room, I took a nice, wonderful, cozy shower, and then I left my stuff in there, changed, and then it was actually New Year's Eve, and so I was gonna have a special New Year's Eve dinner, and guess what? They had 2 full restaurants in that lounge. The first one was kind of more of a casual lounge. They had fresh sushi laid out, they had sandwiches, soups, things like that. But then I opted to go to the more upscale restaurant, and everything's free, right? I mean, you pay to get into the lounge, right? But you know, everything's free. And so you just go and you just order what you want, you know? And so I went to the more upscale restaurant. It was kind of like a steakhouse type of situation. Ordered a bunch of food. They were serving Veuve Clicquot La Dame, and it was my first time tasting it. It was so good. Those bottles are pretty expensive, and it was like white tablecloth, glove service. It was just really, really like a to-do, and I really loved it. And I feel like the champagne tasted even better than it would have had I just been drinking it, you know, guzzling it here, you know, in my house. And then they had like a fully stocked bar with like all kinds of expensive champagne, and so I indulged in that as well. We ended up doing like a champagne toast at midnight, and that was pretty nice. So it is about 4 minutes before New Year's. My flight is already boarding, but I'm still here at the bar because I want to spend New Year's with a bunch of people in Iran that I don't know. But it's okay because they have a whole display that they're displaying. And I've got my glass of Veuve La Dame, and Happy New Year! First time ever spending New Year's Eve, or like ringing in the New Year in an airport, and how great that I got to do it in arguably the best airport lounge in the world. So that was fantastic. You could never tell that I was in a lounge, and it was just, I mean, it was incredible. It was well worth it. I'm so glad I got to experience it, and this kind of thing is a coming attraction to just what, you know, more of my life will be like.